Hi viewers, welcome to our channel. Today we have a guest from Australia who's been there for 4 years, and she was the student of BV Raju Institute of Technology from 2012 to 2016, passed out from Information Technology Department. So our journey was really very good and great, as right, the qualities are there together. So we can say educated, at same time obedience and beauty. So these three qualities may not be expected in one girl indeed, but Ritika Pyata is that person here. She is very good educated, and she is beauty at the same time. She is very right humble and right. I mean to say the cordial to everyone. So that kind of qualities should be maintained by everyone. So we are right. We are inviting our Ritika Pata to our BSP Voice with Bitla. So before going to that, let us see her credentials, because the journey starts somewhere with a single step, but that takes to the miles. The woods are dark, all right, but I have to sleep before I sleep. I have to go before I sleep and before I sleep. So when the people have that kind of attitude, Robert Frost, what he said that here, with a single step we move forward, and it takes to miles together. So that we have to go on miles together. She reached the place here today in Australia. So let us see her journey here, and passed out from Devraj Institute of Technology in 2016, Information and Technology, and then worked as a system engineer developer in project research and development with client Ericsson. That is between 2016 and 18, and 2018 and 20 MBA from right Deakin University, Melbourne. So from Australia itself. Now she's in Sydney, and in 2019 till date working as counselor at Step Up right profession, works as a counselor. So here we understand how she has chosen the complete great path. People just only take the path of like, okay, any kind of job oriented, but she has taken, it's a kind of startup. So giving service at the same time earning, that is win-win approach. So here Ritika Pata had chosen the path, the win-win approach. Here giving service to the students who come from different countries, especially from India, and she's providing many services right under our right consultancy, which is startup for her, and it's she's right owning that and helping to many people. Works as a counselor, helping international students with their course selection and career plans also, helping them choose the right university at affordable prices and etc. Helping them for the visa, university and etc. kind of issues, which usually is hard for them to communicate and solve. At the same time, basically a one-stop destination for international struggling students without guardians, so that we act as their well-wishers. So they act as well-wishers, guardians, and guide them over their stay period of right Australia in Australia. So we can see that she has become ambassador to many of the right. She's Indian ambassador in Australia, Sydney. So right, ambassadors are appointed by our Indian government, but she herself has become ambassador to many of Indian students as well as the foreign students. Now she is one of the right entrepreneurs along with her two other friends, and she started one right consultancy in Australia. Starting in India itself is somewhat difficult to many of the people think low, but she is very high spirit and great thoughts actually took her to the place, and that's what we felt about always. The great thoughts definitely take us great places. So she's there in Australia and started a startup for counseling the Indian students and others. Of course, it is very difficult without any support staying in right abroad. But here, Ritika Pata is there for us in Sydney, Australia, to help you all. That definitely you avail our services who are actually aspirants to study abroad, that too in Australia. You can meet right our Ritika Pata and take her services, whatever you want, visa regarding selecting your university's courses, whatever you want. So that welcome Ritika Pata, right to our BSc Voice with Bitla. How are you?
Thank you so much, sir. I'm really good, and this introduction really was very nice. I
Thank you,
mean, this
thank you.
has brought back to me all the memories from my BTech until date. But this is really nice. Thank you so much,
Thank you so much,
and
darling.
nice to see you after so long time.
You deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. So see that, let us think about really, because I had seen you right when you were in first year. I am right now with you now on virtual meeting. Right. Really, a great transformation has taken place. What was behind? What was the struggle behind to reach this stage? Please, can you give your inspiring talk to our BSP Voice audience, please?
Sure, sir. There has been no one reason to like what has gone through and what is going on and what is going to be, but in short to say, I've started my journey after my 12th. I was interested in joining aeronautical engineering. I've gone to many places for interviews and everything, but due to some reasons that I couldn't go and get my aeronautical course. And then I, kind of struggled for IIT, IEEE, and MSET as well. And when you write all this together, somehow we lag somewhere. And after doing MSET, then I landed up somehow in BVRIT. I was very grateful to be there.
Yeah.
Initial days were very tough, but I got to meet some good people who helped me through it. And 4 years at BVRIT really taught me so much, not just in the degree wise, but also in like how to maintain myself and how to think over positive. And there were many things that I got to learn from BVRIT. Then after my fourth year, I got placed in TCS as a system engineer developer, where I got to work with some really nice people. I used to work for Ericsson.
Mm.
After 1 year of my experience there, I got the privilege to visit Sweden, which is like kind of IT hub. That's Stockholm. I
Oh,
worked there for quite a few months. Yeah, and after that, I realized that this is not the place that I really want to continue to. I mean, I obviously like my job. I like IT field and everything, but I wanted to do something really different from a regular routine of 9 to 5.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so then I decided to go abroad. This idea was obviously there back in my head since my second year, and that's how I joined GRE classes, I joined TOEFL classes, I joined IELTS classes. That's how the regular routine used to be, because there was nobody to guide us what is the right time to choose which path. They never told us that first finish your BTech and then decide what to do in future. But we had all mixed thoughts. So since second year, we started all this GRE and all stuff. Somehow I chose Australia, my place of destination, and
Yeah.
then I chose MBA to go into in business and admin field. And but I thought that back somewhere I have to stick to my IT core as well. So I took MBA in IT as well as marketing strategy. While doing this course, I was as a part-time working as a student counselor at the agency. There I got to see real struggles of students. It's really fancy for people in India to sit and say like, oh, they are in abroad clicking good pictures and
Mm.
they're happily enjoying and everything, but nobody sees the struggle that a student faces here, from the point of collecting money for their bills, for their rents, for their studies, for the food. It's a real struggle, and not all get to see this struggle until they really come here and stay. I'm sure it's the same with other countries like US and Canada. Students who go there, they upload good pictures that looks really fancy for Instagram and Facebook
Yes,
and
yes,
everything.
yes, yes.
But the struggle is real, and I really wanted to help students who are coming with no guardian. I mean, there are students who go visiting other countries, like who have their sister there, who have the brother there, they have their family there. Somehow they get the guidance and support from their known people. But I here, when I came, I had few friends, but uh, yeah, there was no kind of real support, and I saw people struggling for the same. So when I started working as a counselor in the agency, I thought that yeah, this is the place where we can actually talk to people, talk to our people who have come from many other countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal. There are many
Yes.
such places people come from, and they really struggle for basic communication, because at the end English, I understand, it's the common language, but again, uh, it's different the way they speak. Not all speak like Indians, and not all speak like Australians, and not all speak like the US. And so when this communication gap comes, people like they become kind of like cautious that okay, if I talk now, will this, um, like will this demotivate me, or will they think that I'm an illiterate or something like that? This consciousness comes in us when we talk to people suddenly. Now we here kind of try to help students who are unable to communicate with their faculty or their universities, or maybe there are agents. Like there are some people, who for their profits they give us the wrong guidance from India, because we don't know what choices are here are. But from there, when we come, they say that, oh, this is a good course and this is a good college, please go and join. But they obviously wouldn't say whether this is really helpful for my future or not. So that is what we really try to do here, that people who came with the wrong choices, or people who are confused with their future, we decide, we talk to them, we try to understand their problems, we guide them through the right university, the right course. I mean, all this somehow makes me happy that things that I did not get, maybe somebody else is getting through me. So yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Good indeed. So let's come to right the childhood. That how was the childhood really? You spent your childhood, and what about the struggles you faced and overcame them and came to the place now?
Um, I think that is the major part of my life that has taught me to be strong and positive always. Reason why I keep smiling always is that because I had pretty much good life until maybe sixth to seventh standard. I like every other child would have. Um, but uh, but but during my eighth and ninth standard, I happened to have lost my mother in my ninth, and I had my two siblings. I had my father, but yet, because I was 13 old, I think I was, yeah, 13 or 14 years old.
Yes,
But that stage was kind of a middle age.
very
I wasn't
crucial,
matured,
very crucial
yeah,
age.
and
Yeah,
I wasn't mentally matured, but I wasn't childish as well. I was in middle age. I did not know how to react to the situation, what to do, and everything. But I only knew that at this point I can't break. I need to kind of react positive to this. I took care of my brother and sister as much as I could. I supported my father as much as I could. Um, but yeah, the struggles were real, because I cannot be summed up within a sentence that yeah, it was good life or it was just a
yeah,
struggle. Every day was a struggle. I had no books for my 10th to study because of the house shifting and everything, because that was the period where this was really happening. March is the crucial time for 10th standard students, and I was in 10th.
yeah. I think
And
you are
December
how.
was the
Yeah,
period that I was going through this.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, every day was definitely a struggle, but every day has taught me something. I never tried to give up. Neither I decided that yeah, this is it, and I don't want to do anything, and
I
I'm a
think at
girl
that
and I
time,
can sit at
yeah, at the
home.
time your house was in court case and your books were totally seized in that, I think, home, it seems, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What was
It
that actually?
was um, like because we used to stay at a place where
Yeah,
my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister used to stay.
yeah,
But after my mom, we decided to move out of that house somehow. Um, but on during that days, consciously or unconsciously, I mean, we totally forgot that we really have a school, or we have to study or all this,
yeah.
because at that point, what really matters is something is missing now. Some part of my body is missing. Um, yeah, with all that, we really did not put much interest on my academics. But when this time came, like February, then I realized, oh, now I have my 10th exams. So it was 20 to 25 days I maximum spent on my 10th.
So how was really that
And
IQ level was really amazing. Within 20 to 25 days, you were able to finish your 10th course and got good rank. How was it actually? What was that right duration you felt about?
it again depends on mind. I say everything depends on what. See, it's just that if I would think that okay, I'm sad, I would be sad throughout. And if I decided that no, this is not the place I want to sit and I really want to move out of this box, yeah, it's a mind game. Life is a mind game. I believe in that. It's totally a mind game. And I did not had to put much effort because I knew I wanted to do this, and I hardly spent maybe 6 hours per subject,
Oh,
and not more. I just gave one reading to it, and it would directly go inside because my only concentration was on that book at that moment.
oh, great. Yeah. What was the percentage you
Yeah,
got
so
in
it's
10th
in
class?
mind. It's concentration. I got 86%.
Oh, within the 20 days of time, 86
20.
percentage.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that IQ level was very, really great indeed. Yes. Then after, what happened?
Concentration helped. it's
Yeah, of
it
course.
it it, it was this it, I was stubborn for myself. I was stubborn. I knew things are going behind me. Things weren't normal behind me, and all that was going on. It wasn't that in this 25 days I had normal life. No,
Mm.
many things were going on behind. Family, education, uh, many things that society will not let us live normal. They
Yeah.
are there to comment, they are there to poke, they are there to question. But
Society is a
yeah, I
major,
was focused.
yeah, society is
Yeah,
a major rule.
that's a
How did
major
you
thing.
overcome them? How did you overcome the comments and that all society's right comments regarding anything at the time? Because it was a teenage to engage transformation. So how was your mental status at the time, and how did you take the comments of those people?
Somehow I felt when my mom was in hospital, I used to visit hospital quite often, and beside, like just right opposite to my mother's room, there was this guy who was of my age then. He was 12 years old, and he was suffering from the same problem in his life. And he used to be so happy, and he somehow is a good, inspiration to me somehow. His friends used to come after school, spend some time with him. He was in 8th standard, 10th standard as well. And until his last breath, I saw him die. I saw him with my eyes. I saw him die. But until that last minute, he was smiling. He was like, I have lived my life. I'm happy. And
Oh,
that last minute, I was happy. That's what he used to say. That until I live, I'll be happy.
that boy.
And that, it's just still in my mind. I never forget what the words he spoke to me, the life. He was really great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the boy who had that spirit at that age and felt that to be happy and smile till the death.
At that age, yeah,
Mm. So
yeah,
that inspired you a lot, right? You became very stronger
a
then.
lot, a lot,
Yeah, yeah, you became
a
very,
lot,
very
yeah,
stronger mentally then.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So then after, what's the journey from that, right, Maharashtra to?
To Hyderabad, yeah. My grandparents and my aunts have shifted to us. That was a great support indeed. But again, yeah, this all added up. This one by one incidents that kept happening. This somehow helped me to become strong. This
Yeah.
gave me a lot of motivation. But all this time, I know that there are students nowadays who tend to like, I failed one subject, no, I'm going to suicide, and my
Hmm.
girlfriend has left me, no, I'm going to suicide. And this is not the thing. I
Crash.
also got such thoughts. I wouldn't lie. I also got uh, such suicidal thoughts and everything. But back in my head somewhere, things that I have gone through in that hospital days gave
Yeah,
me a lot of strength,
really.
because
Because
life is way
a girl,
beyond.
yeah, a girl child must have definitely mother, but you lost your
Yes,
mother at the early age, and right, you are very
at the
strong
age
woman.
that I really needed.
We can say that you are the very strong woman. We can say, right.
Thank
Then,
you, sir. It's all a
then,
blessing. It's all blessings from my mom, from you all.
yes, yes, of
It,
course,
it's
mother.
it's truly a blessing. Yeah.
Then Hyderabad.
Um, yeah, in Hyderabad, I after that 10th zone, I happened to start my college very near to my house, because I had no transport, no proper transport, and fee issues and this and that. So my college was very next door to my home. but again, it wasn't easy um, to even finish my 12th. I was not allowed to write my IIT. I wasn't allowed to write my AIEEE. At the end, the only option that was left with me was my MSET.
Hmm.
And when I thought that at that point I could have thought that okay, this is the end. I can't do IIT, I can't do AIEEE, and nothing else is left, because that's what the society has decided for our students, our coming
Yeah,
students,
yeah,
that
yeah.
no,
If
either
the people
doctor
were
or engineer or else nothing.
nothing, and that society is
And
like,
IIT or AIEEE and no MSET. MSET really doesn't matter for them. They're like, oh,
yeah,
you did MSET? That's so easy.
it's
I mean,
simple
they
one,
would
and
know
people say
how
that
it,
it's simple
yeah,
one. Yes,
but it's not
yeah,
until
it's not.
they
It's not.
really
Of
come and
course,
attempt.
yes.
It's not. There are lakhs of students writing MSET and passing out, and there are again lakhs of people having no jobs. It's not
Hmm.
easy. That
Yeah, yeah.
struggle is not
It's not
easy.
easy.
That's
That's
why I
right.
say society is always there to
Hmm.
say no, you can't do this,
Yes.
and it should be in our mind to say that no, I can do it, and that's what I maintain throughout.
So, what was your MSET rank then? Even in that struggle, also you were cope up with
Um,
the right MSET rank and all. What was this? Thousands, I think.
my rank was 26,000.
Yeah, that's what. It's very less indeed.
Yeah,
Comparatively, lakhs of the
yeah,
students, and you have come to that.
yes.
It was very
It
good
was
rank.
it was at that point 6.2 lakh students have appeared for MSET,
Hmm.
and yeah, mine was 26,000. But I reason for choosing BVRIT was its nature.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
not all colleges in our city have so much nature, and I was in need of some greenery around me
Soothing,
because
soothing. You
everything
had
was
to
so
soothe your mind.
shattered. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah, I had no choice to get out of Hyderabad, but I thought that okay, in somewhere in Hyderabad I can get something better, then it would be this.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Surely.
that's how I happened to land in BVRIT.
So then, what? Who are the two friends who very used to close to you? Three, only three of you wander. Who are they? How was that bonding with those two girls? Please,
We happened to meet is very funny.
who are they?
Now I was, I was on the first day of my enrollment to BVRIT. I came with my dad,
Hmm.
and there was this cute little small girl standing there with her mother. Then I did not know from which course she is, or she's a senior or a junior or
Yeah, yeah.
what. Uh, then we happened to say a hi, shake hand, and everything, and then we discussed like which branch are you from? I'm from IT, and you're from IT. So that was the first talk we had, just a hi, and then we got to have lunch together.
Hmm.
And after lunch in our college, they serve ice cream. There was cup ice cream that used to come those
Yeah.
days.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So there was only one last ice cream left over,
Yeah.
and that Rajita has got.
Okay.
And then I went there, and I was not, I mean, there were no ice creams left.
Hmm.
So then she came with that small hands, and she was like, oh, let's share. So that's how we happened to meet on the first day, and from that day until today, yeah, we are together.
Yes. Yes.
um, then
Then.
Chetna happened to meet us, me and Rajita, on I think the first week of our class, and she was in B, we were in A,
Yeah.
and we both were put into B section.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, and then she was like, "Oh hi, come let's join." And since that day, you won't believe, we three used to sit in one bench, though it was not
Yeah.
allowed.
Yes. Yes.
There were two in one bench. We used to sit three in one
In
bench
the,
until we really grew up, and then yeah,
yeah.
fourth year
Then you
we
found it.
couldn't settle in the same bench.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We grew. But yeah,
Yeah, the things happen like okay. So really very great
yeah,
bond. That's why I tell you
yeah.
that okay. The
They were the great pillars for me.
first year to fourth year, no breakup right among you three people. Generally, if three are there, definitely there'll be some right politics. But even three are. That's why people say two is company, three is crowd. But even three are there. Actually, you have great understanding. How you did you maintain that friendship? You tell about the friendship.
We had trust. We had trust since the day one. Anything we did together. It was in the first year when we joined, it was the placements happening, and we saw a big banner of all the seniors getting placed into this company and that company and everything. So that was the second week, I think, in BVRIT, and we said that in fourth year
Yes.
our photos will be on the same banner one
There
day.
it is there, your photos are there
Yes,
still.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And luckily, on the same banner, with our three photos are there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this was the sentence we spoke in, like,
No, you
I think
determined in
first
first year.
or second week.
You
Yes,
determined in first year. It has happened here. See
yes,
that? Yeah. Mm.
yes. It
Yes.
really happened. We
They
really
are
feel
there.
grateful for that.
When I write wander around that veranda and all, I look at the right. Okay,
Mm.
my students are there. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a big poster of Chetna there on the left side of the main building.
Yes, yes, yes. Mm.
Yeah.
Then, then after, so how
Uh,
was your placements
then
indeed? How did you prepare for the placements in DV Rajan Staff Technology?
placements, I mean, I would say mine was very weird one, because every other person has finished their interview within 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Hmm.
My interview was total of 45 minutes.
Oh,
I don't know for what reason.
yeah.
Not only just the first interview, but the HR round as well, the managerial round as well. It was not less than 40 minutes.
Oh, great.
I don't know if they really wanted to test me, or they found me funny, or they found me stubborn, or what. I was not sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was smooth. It was nice. But because that was our first experience of facing somebody apart from our university campus, it was kind of, we were nervous. Obviously,
Hmm.
we were nervous.
Yes.
Um, but it was good. Interviewer has pretty much asked about our life, how we see ourselves in future 5 years and everything. At those days, our vision was totally into educational field, and that's how we answered. But somehow I believe that maybe the positive vibe that we carried helped us pass all these hurdles.
What was the question really impacted you, right, during the interview board, like when you faced?
Okay, there was this one managerial round that happened in the main building campus, where an interviewer from TCS, I got to meet him later when I joined TCS.
Yeah.
So this person has asked me, like, suppose he asked me very, I mean, I don't know why he asked me that question, maybe listening to my life that he spoke about, or what, I'm not sure. But the question was something like, um, now you're at a place where there's nobody, and you happen to have faced a kind of rape situation,
Oh,
and you had no other choice but go to police station.
Deva.
And once you go to the police station, you feel unsafe even there, and what do you do? So that
Psychological,
was a managerial rank. Yeah.
psychological and
Yes.
emotional question.
Yes.
What was your answer
I
then?
was like, okay, why did you even ask me this at this point?
That was
I mean,
psychological
I'm
question,
here to,
psychological emotion question.
yeah, that was some managerial round. He
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
testing how would I
yeah,
manage the
yeah, yeah.
situation.
Then what did you answer?
Then I told him that I would go to the higher authority to complain.
Yeah.
Then he reversed back, and he's like, even the higher authority is unsafe for you. And then what?
Oh.
I mean, he was trying to, he wanted an answer that I will give up. I mean,
Oh.
that's what he was expecting from me. At some
Yes,
point,
yes.
I will give up. Imagining the situation, I'll be like, okay, now I can't do anything.
Yeah.
What would I do? I'm stuck here. But I'm like, I'll go to this person, then I'll go to this higher authority, then I'll go to court, then I'll go to Supreme Court. And that's how I kept going. But I never said that, okay, this is a helpless situation.
Hmm.
And arguing on that particular situation for almost 7-8 minutes, he was like, okay, now I got it. You're not going to give up.
Yes.
There he
So never
was.
give up attitude is very important.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
That's
that
what he was
happened.
testing. Like,
Yeah.
where will I give up? That's what he wanted to see.
Yes. We go on. Actually, we go on right proceeding the
Yes,
people
yeah,
until we get success. That's very important.
yes,
Okay. Then after,
yes,
yeah, you placed
totally.
in TCS, and then what happened then?
Yeah. After getting placed in TCS, like almost for 3 to 4 months, we had a training session, because obviously what we learn in 4 years of education is all theoretical. We need practical knowledge somehow, and because we somehow are lagging there, there was a 3 to 4 months of training where they taught us personality development. They taught us how to talk, how to greet professionally, Taught us proper training on IT core, practical knowledge. We had tests, we had fun, we had all kind of activities. In that 4 months, we lived all that IT life, corporate life.
Yes. Yes.
We got to meet many people there from Hyderabad, from Karnataka, from there were people from Bihar, Varanasi. I mean, there were all kinds of
Yeah.
mixed
Yes.
people, and
Corporate is filled with
from Bengal.
entire the
Yeah,
state, entire the country. Yeah.
yes. It was nice to make friends with all of them. We got to learn. I mean, I always try to see what I can learn from that person if I'm talking to him or her. So that's what my first intention would be. Okay, what good thing he or she has that I can get into me.
Yeah.
So my view is always that when I talk, when I listen, when I be in that situation, I try to be more active with my ears to see that what I can grab from them.
Oh.
So yeah, I got to learn many things from those people. There were many friends from Bihar who actually uh, gave me very small lessons in life which really helped.
Hmm.
Like they used to come to office on cycle. You
Oh,
believe
that's great
an
indeed. No.
IT
Yeah.
Synergy Park office, TCS, and they come nicely dressed up with a tie and a suit and everything, and they come on a cycle. So that's the simplicity that they taught
It's a
me.
great exercise indeed,
So
actually.
yeah,
Stress buster.
yeah,
Stress buster
yeah,
also.
yeah,
Hmm.
yes. So those such experiences really teach you something. So I always say to my juniors or to my siblings, anywhere whom I meet, I say try to learn simple things from life, from simple things from people. This that will help somewhere in future. After 10 years, maybe one situation will come in your life where this learning will help you.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, so where actually you got the thought, go abroad and study, even you got the job and wanted to leave.
Um,
What was the reason there?
because because when I went to Sweden,
Hmm.
there I got to meet Swedish two beautiful ladies
Did
who
you
are
go?
still in touch
Did you
with
go?
me.
Right company. Right on platform,
Yeah,
right?
from the company,
Yes.
from TCS, yes,
Okay.
on
Okay.
a business training for almost 3 months. So I was working with them very closely for almost 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Um, there I realized that is the point where I realized that no, I don't want to stay in Hyderabad anymore. I
No.
have to move out of this place.
So
Reason why being
that's the turning point.
yeah, yes, reason why I say is we were here very, in boxed up. We knew that okay, this is 9 o'clock, we have to be in office, 5 o'clock we should be out of office.
Okay.
Between that time, do whatever work is given to us, and we don't know the next world, what is going on outside this box.
Okay.
And after going there, I saw the corporate life there is very different. They not only are into the work that they do 9 to 5, but they're involved in much more than that. I saw my senior who was with me, who was training me for that 1 month. Um, she used to work from morning 7 to afternoon 2 p.m. in an IT office.
Hmm.
After that, she used to go in an NGO and work. I saw another
Wow.
man who used to come at 8 p.m. and go at 3 p.m. and evening he used to drive a train. He was a train driver
In Sweden.
in the evening in Sweden.
Oh, great. Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, and I was like, why? I mean, we in in Hyderabad at least, we never even imagined to work as in part time somewhere,
No, no way
being a
of
student.
working. Yeah, no way of
And
working.
there were many students who were studying and doing part time of 20 hours there, and they were like learning in that limited time as well. So
Hmm.
every day 3 hours, if they spend in such corporate world, imagine what they'll become after 4 years after they graduate. They'll be much more at higher level than what we pass out
Yeah,
from.
exactly, exactly. That was great inspiration indeed
So
in Sweden. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, and that's how I returned back. Then I did my research. I have given my GRE. I've given my TOEFL. But somehow again, my life, where in my family life, somehow I couldn't get enough um, fund support somehow, because I know it's a huge money and it needs guts for someone at that situation to invest on me. So I tried saving up as much, and then I I have requested my father to put some money on me, and at that point I felt some place that I I actually wanted to go to US because there the learning strategies are very different.
Yeah.
But I had to choose some easy path that I can go to, because at that point I was in a state where I needed easy entries. So then I sorted, and then I realized that Australia is the place where I can go with limited time, maybe with limited money, but I can get what I really want. And when I came here, things really weren't difficult. I used to roam for days and days. It was like almost 30 to 35 days that I had resumes in my hand, and I used to go to every store and every other place saying that, okay, yeah, this is my resume. Can you please give me a job and something like that.
Any
And
acquaintances
I
are there?
had
Any acquaintances are there in Australia? Any acquaintances?
um, not as much. The strange part I felt was after doing bachelor's,
Hmm.
I had to learn bartending. I had to learn coffee making. I had to learn coffee art. I
Uh,
did all that. I worked as a bartender. I worked as, at a coffee shop. I used to serve coffees. Um, I worked as a painter. Pretty much
great,
everything,
great experience. Right.
everything. Yeah, that's how I say it. See, when students come here, they'll be like, okay, I'm going for masters. Hello, hi, bye. And no, it's not just masters. You have to earn, you have to live. Not
Jack
every
of
time your parents can give you money.
Jack
You
of all
have to be
trades.
in every
You have
field.
become Jack of
Yes,
all trades.
yes.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of work initially, and somehow through my mutual friends I landed up at a educational agency, and there when I spoke to one person, I asked him, like, is there any job for me, because I really like this document kind of work and sitting and documenting things and everything. So he said, yeah, come on, intern for a week and then see what can be done. And but here, when you come at such place, you know that every hour counts. The pay
Hmm.
rate is hourly and not monthly. They
Yes.
pay you by hours. And when
Hmm.
they asked me for intern, they said 1 week we cannot pay you. It's
Yes.
your interest. You want to come learn. In 1 week you settle down. You're here. Otherwise, no. So I
Done.
knew I'm wasting my 1 week, but I
Okay.
knew that I can give my 100% there.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Whatever we do.
yeah. So I've taken all the training as much as I could. There I realized that, okay, there are many people who come with the same struggles. It's not me alone. There were thousands of people used to sit in queue telling, my problem is this, my problem is this. I don't understand the language in my university. I can't, talk to people in my university because lecturers, few are from Kenya, few are from somewhere, and their language is different, and they can't speak our English, and we can't understand their English. And these are hurdles. This really attracted me. This was very interesting for me. There's something new that I can explore too.
Yeah, instead of going for MS, why did you choose MBA?
Uh, because I
Generally,
always wanted to do business.
yeah, of course. No, no.
I
Generally, people go for MS. Anybody says that here, where are
MS,
you
yeah,
going? MS, MS,
yes,
MS.
MS.
But what was
I
the
did
reason?
MBA.
Just, yeah. What was the reason that choosing
Because I
MBA?
was more inclined from initial stage. I was more inclined towards business.
Hmm.
Even when I was in BTech, I wasn't quite. I used to do designing. I used to sell clothes, even in my BTech days.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, business was somewhere back in my head
Yeah,
always.
always
It
you
was
wanted to
always there.
become, yeah, businesswoman.
Yeah, and yeah, and I thought that if I can't invest something on business, maybe in corporate field, in the big business sector, I can settle
That
down.
could be, yeah. So,
So yeah.
right, right. What was the test you had taken for entering MBA there in Sydney? Melbourne, I think. Melbourne.
Here in Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not have to do much because my BTech percentage was good enough. I
Mm.
had 2 years of experience in TCS, so that
Okay.
pretty much added to my profile, and I had to write IELTS academic, wherein I had to gain at least seven. That took me 2 attempts to
Okay.
get 7 each. And yeah, the first attempt was kind of stressful for me. Um, Again, because of the issues that keep happening behind me, the
Yeah, yeah.
society that never
Yeah,
leaves me alone.
that doesn't leave us.
Yeah,
Society doesn't
yeah.
leave us even
So
whether we are good or bad. Mm,
good or bad, yeah. They
yeah,
they want gossip, they talk,
yeah.
they
That's
leave. They're not here to solve. They're not
leave.
here to live our lives. They don't come and feed us at
Yes,
least for once.
that doesn't leave
It's
us.
us that we have to feed ourselves. It's our
Mm,
bread. We have to earn
yes,
it.
yes, definitely. That's true.
So
What
yeah.
was the
So
experience? Yeah, what was your experience in engineering developer in the project R&D with client of Ericsson? What was the professional right experience over there? How did you feel of working environment and all?
um there I felt that because we were still juniors at the initial stage, we always had a backup of our seniors. But what we got to observe is the way they handle the situation, because that's what majorly I took from, because we know if you're in IT, you would obviously know coding, you would obviously know the concepts that are being used in the project, but one would obviously not know how to handle when you can't deliver your project on time. So that happened every time, because our project was kind of huge. We had 120 people in our project. 120 people together were working on one single project because it was that huge. Um, so yeah, there I got to learn, observe, and gain as much of the managerial things, like how to
Okay,
manage at that difficult situation professionally. Because
okay.
normally we can anyhow manage fighting and arguing and everything, but professionally, without hurting their sentiments, without making our loss.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So you learn from the people, yes, from Ericsson also, right? And what is step up profession, right? Step up profession where you were working as a counselor. What was that
Mm.
actually platform you worked for, and what you gained from that?
See, the Step Up Profession is kind of a platform where students come when they are in real struggle.
Yes, yes.
If they have any visa issues. Now, here, one big problem which does not arise in India is, even to live for one day, we need our visa.
Yeah.
If today 12 p.m. visa is expiring, the next moment we are illegal there.
Okay. Okay.
And not everyone can extend their visa on time. There are
Yeah, they
personal
forget.
problems.
Yeah,
Some
busy,
go
busy.
through,
Yes.
yeah, they might forget in their work. They might have their personal problems. They might be in some other
Yeah,
work,
the hectic
but they
works. They
become
might have forgot.
illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So majorly that kind of issues come up. We try to help them. We try to suggest them how to tackle that. Now there are people from many countries who come on some course, some random course. Like I knew I wanted to do MBA, but what if my agent misguided me and asked me to do MS, which
Oh,
I did not want to do. And that I realized after coming to Australia. Where would I go?
no.
So this one place, Step Up Profession, helps such students as well
Even you
to
don't have any
choose the right
relatives.
course.
You don't have any relatives in
No,
Australia. Oh God.
no,
Single
no,
woman
I
you
have no one
entered.
here.
Single woman
Yes,
you entered Australia. Okay, great.
yes.
Mm,
So students like that who are confused with their own careers, and they know they don't want to do this, but they don't know what to do.
mm.
They are aware that this is not what I want to do, but I don't know what to do as well.
Okay.
So we listen to them, we kind of train them, we guide them towards their career. We tell them that this course is going to lead you this kind of job, maybe this course will lead you this kind of business, something like that. It's kind of student development thing.
Mm.
So we try to help as much as we can in our community. There are vast number of students. They're from India, they're from Nepal, they are from Bangladesh, they're from Pakistan, they're from many places. So we try to help them as much as we can.
Yes.
Uh, and we are always available 24/7. We
You are
get
there
calls at
now.
midnight 3.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
Ritika Pata is there in Australia to save all the Indians and other country people who need some help in Australia.
Anytime, always, anytime. It's
Yes.
just that we get calls at midnight 3 a.m. as well. Like, oh,
Oh.
I'm stuck in this problem. Can you please help? And we can't be rude to them, because coming from that place, I know at what situation they be. They're calling us because they trust us,
Yes,
and we never
definitely.
try to break that.
Yeah, that's true. Indeed, people come from different corners of the world, and
Yeah,
they feel
yeah,
somebody is there for us to right help.
yes. They
Definitely, we
trust.
should.
They know that okay, if I make this call, I'm gonna get something in return.
Yeah, sure, sure. And then, right then, what was the right reason that you started your own startup?
It's like the seniors that I used to work with in the other agency. Uh, their names are like Haris and Rizwan.
Hmm.
So Haris, he's from Pakistan, and he's been in this industry for almost 5 years now. And
He's
Rizwan, who's
okay.
from
He's
Hyderabad
okay with the
itself.
Indians. Is he okay with Indians? Yes, yes. Good.
We all here are one. We don't
Yeah,
see where
yeah.
we
That's
come
what. Yeah,
from.
no barriers. No barriers
Yeah,
for us. Yes,
no barriers.
yes.
Totally no.
Mm.
Then Rizwan is from Hyderabad. He is also been in this industry for almost 6 to 7 years now.
No.
So we all used to work together, but liking the job, liking the work, we three have somehow become close, and we trust each other so much that when they decided that okay, they want to invest somewhere, this is what we decided, that we will come up with a development center for students, which not only deals with maybe college or visa, but every problem of them. So we slowly are going to start tax returns. We are going to start an IT based outsourcing company as well.
Okay.
So yeah, step by step, we have the future more plans as well.
Great indeed.
It's not
Really
not
a
going to
single.
be just the student consultancy. It's going
Oh,
to be an IT firm as well. It's going to be a tax return firm as well. It's going to be a job firm as well. Like
so
like
entire one
maybe
team.
if
One
students who
team
are
is
struggling, yes,
one team is formed there.
yeah,
Yeah, great, great.
yes. So people, students who are jobless,
Oh,
we might help them as well in near future, maybe 2021.
great, really great initiative. You reached someplace definitely in Australia.
Thank you so much,
It's
sir.
so right. What do you want to suggest the right students who are really aspirant to come abroad and study? Like,
I would only say one thing, that don't feel fancy, don't try and fix in mind that abroad is all for happy place and happy life and everything. You have to struggle, whether or not in India or abroad. You have to struggle, and before coming, I would tell them to come with a positive mind that would not lead them into depression very easily, because that's what I generally see. Students who are alone here tend to get depressed very fast, and because they don't have people around. I totally understand that, but when you're coming to a place like this, you need to make your mind strong enough
yeah,
to face everything, because when you're coming here, you have come to become something, and to become something, it's not easy. You have to struggle.
great, great.
Yeah.
So this is the strong woman we have today on BSV Voice with Bitla. She is there for us in Australia to help us, especially Indians, and right. But definitely, we should not forget her. If anybody wants to meet her from India, you can contact me. Right, definitely, I'll give her number if you want to go Australia only. Right, so that
Yeah.
Ritika Pyata is really doing very good job. Right, taking every right, I mean to say critical situation, and turn every critical situation as positive situation, and grew up from her childhood to even it is very difficult to grow up without a mother. But Ritika Pata really a great woman, we can say. Right, mother was very crucial at her age, at the age of 14 13 years of age. Mother's part is very crucial role. But from the time to now, she reached many places, and even she went to Australia alone and settled down, faced struggles, and did many odd jobs, and started a startup. Thank you so much, Ritika Peta. I wish you
Thanks
all the
so much
best.
for having me, sir.
Yeah, I wish you all the
Thank
best, and
you.
your future endeavors. At the same time, your family life and everything should be fruitful, and no any other right. I mean to say sad kind of things. Everything should go fruitful and happy life. Thank you so much for being with
Thank
BSC
you so
Voice.
much for your blessings. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Bye.
Thank you.